Hello my brothers and sisters in nerdiness, welcome back to the Spider's Web, and in this video we are going to be painting this Middle Eastern number 7 building from Blots, provided by Andy from Wigan Wargames and Roleplay Group. Thank you, Andy. We sprayed this with a grey primer from Halfords. I don't have any of the red primer left, so I've put some patches of red on with modeler colour Ferrari red, and this is the paint we'll be using all the way through. So we start off with interior green, and this is going to be going on the floor of the interior, surprisingly enough, of the building. Now when you're watching this video, you will not see me washing out these, washing out the airbrush. What I will normally do is, once I finish with a colour, I will just rinse it out with water until that colour's not there anymore. If it needs it, I will give it a good clean out in between colours, but that's usually only if I'm using a very dark colour and then a very light colour afterwards. If I'm using dark over light, then I don't usually bother cleaning it out, but these are very similar tones anyway, so I don't usually bother giving it a good clean. But it still takes time to do, so I edit it out. And there we are. I'm not doing a full flat, I'm not doing a really flat paint job with this on the floor on the inside. I will do the walls in a flat colour because I'm not really fussed about them, but the floor is something you will see properly, and I don't particularly want them to be boring to look at. And you also notice that I don't do a flat coverage on the outside of the building at all. Some of the grey may show through, some of the red will show through. It just makes it a little more interesting to look at. This is the colour that we're going to be using for the walls on the inside, and that's pale blue. And as I said, this is the colour that I will be using to do a flat coverage all over the walls, or as flat coverage as I can get. Sometimes the wood, the MDF, doesn't like taking the paint, and no matter what I do, it looks a little patchy, but to be honest, it's a wall, it doesn't make any difference. You're not going to see it fully, but yeah, I cover it as much as I can, let's put it that way, and try and give it a flat coverage. So far Andy's very pleased with what I've done, so you know, as long as he's pleased, that's all I'm bothered about. And yeah, I must admit I've really enjoyed making these and painting them. These Middle Eastern ones have gone a little bit monotonous because it just seems to be the same kind of thing over and over again. It's just, yeah, I mean there has been some variations in it, but it all seems basically to be the same things. Whereas the castle walls, I've really enjoyed doing more, and I wish I'd got more of them. I'll have to talk him into getting some more, I think. But yeah, I've really enjoyed doing them because there's something different about them. So now we've done the walls, let's get over to the external walls and do Middlestone. And once again, this is going to be another patchy job, not doing a flat coverage, just scribbling, for want of a better phrase, over the walls. And the reason I'm doing that is because if you do a full flat coverage, it looks boring. That's the only thing I can say. It looks really boring if you do these kind of buildings in a flat colour. So I do them in different shades, different tones, different colours, and it subconsciously gives your eye something to look at, and your eye doesn't get bored or just go straight past it and not take it in. Oh, here I'm doing the internal wall, the top of it, because that ends up being the ridge around the roof area, like a safety wall, so you don't fall over. You'll see what I mean when when I put the roof back on, but there is a bit of a lip there. The roof sits on those horizontal bits, yeah, you do get a bit of a lip around, so I'm doing that in the middle stone. There you go. And you can see I'm just scribbling, and I'll do exactly the same with the roof as well. I'll scribble. This, more importantly, is the one I will just do a very patchy paint job, and I'm not trying to do anything like a camo design. I'm just making it different. I'm trying to give it some texture without there actually being any texture there. Well, the walls are the external walls are textured, but the roof is very flat with it being MDF. There's no grain to it. It's fairly smooth, so give you some texture by doing a patchy paint job. Dark earth next, and this is going to be going on the external base and part way up the wall, and it will also be going around the edges of the floor on the inside, as well as a little bit on the floor, on the middle of the floor as well. I want to make sure that the edges of the base is covered with this in a flat coverage. One of the few areas that I do want a flat coverage on, and you can see I'm not bothered about overspray. In a minute I think you'll see me going up the walls as well with this colour, and then you'll see me doing around the bottom, around the edges of the floor, and then just doing a few little scribbles on the inside, just to give that floor a little bit of texture, a little bit of depth, so it doesn't look so all flat and boring. And as you see, I'm going round the walls and bringing that dark earth up the wall, and I will also do it on the roof as well. For me, it's a case of adding a little dirt, because with these being Middle Eastern buildings, you'd probably find them in a desert town kind of thing, and it will be dusty, it'll be dirty. Well, it'll be dusty because of the sand and everything, so yeah. Light green next, and this will be going once again over the external walls and the roof. And when you look at this, you'll think, by the gods, that's a bit vivid. It doesn't look like that in real life. It must be the lighting or something that's catching it, because it looks really vivid on camera, but it's nowhere near as vivid as that in real life. So I do really like this colour, and I'm going to have to stock up a bit on these Vallejo colours as well. Get some more in. I need to visit the model shop and get a bit more, possibly even just get another set of the modeler colours. What I really want to do is get some more of the airbrush paints from what we call it, Army Painter. I still have to use those that they sent me. Yellow ochre next. We've not been doing much airbrushing and painting and that until recently. I've not had a chance to get them out and have a try, but I will be doing very, very soon. Oh, what I was pointing out, the nozzle is split on both sides for some reason. I don't know how that's happened, but I've just noticed it was split. So we're losing quite a bit of paint out of there, that's why I had to wipe it off. So that's another paint I'm going to have to replace anyway. I think I'm running very short of that. I've used it quite a lot on these buildings. And here I'm just going round the edge of where the wooden design is, or wooden effect design, on the roof hatch. Now I'm going along the top of the walls. Not a very high PSI rating on this. I'm just trying to go as smooth as I can. Add a little bit on the inside as well, just because. Yeah. And then let's have some more of this on the outside of the wall, and you'll see that this actually does push the green back, and it's not as vivid once I put this on. And the colour I use after this will send it back even further, so it's even less visible. But you may not notice it, but your brain does, and it gives your brain something to focus on when you're looking at these models, and they're not, which is why I don't like doing them in just one flat colour, because your brain, you get bored looking at something that's just a monotonous colour, whereas this, you're trying to work out how it's been done, and you've got something to look at. There's different shades, different tones in there. And now we come to light grey. This is going to be like a final highlight on the model. Well, bang some of that in the airbrush and top up with a little bit of flow improver. I've been using that wrong as well. I thought I'd been picking up the thinner and doing it sort of like half and half, and I've realised that what it was. So I thought, you still do this half and half, and I've had a look at the instructions, and it's for every, according to the label on the tub, it's 1 to 2 drops for every 10 drops of paint. So yeah, I've been going a little overboard with it, but never mind. Again, I'm still learning this airbrushing work. I'm no expert yet, because I got it and I've not used it a little bit, and then I stopped using it for a while. So I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things again. But again, I'm enjoying myself. I may not be doing things right, but I'm doing the things that feel right to me, and I'm enjoying doing what I'm doing. As being good as it, I don't think I am, but we'll get there eventually. I just need to learn. Mahogany next. Those roof support pieces, you'll see the little prongs sticking out at the top of the wall on the outside. That's going to get painted with this. I don't know whether it's supposed to be wood or not, but I'm painting it mahogany. I like the colour, I like the tone. It stands out a little more against the creams and pale browns and greens that we have on the walls already. And here I notice that I've missed that wall altogether with the grey. So I'll come back and do that shortly, once I've done all these all these little prongs and the wood design on the door and the and the roof hatch. I've got a little story about these as well. Wherever I see, if I've got texture paste on one of these little prongs, I don't paint over that. I make it up because all the workman who put them on for the guy who owns the house has gone a little bit heavy there, and has got some of the texture on the wooden prongs, and yeah, just left it there to dry. I don't care whether that's true or not, real or not. It doesn't make any difference to me. It just makes it stand out a little bit more. Yeah. Now let's get the door done with this mahogany as well, and making sure you don't go along the walls or the base of it, and just be careful how you put this on. And then the roof hatch as well. Now if you've enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you've subscribed, don't forget to ring the bell. That way you don't miss any future videos, and if you've not subscribed, then please subscribe. Every subscription helps, and what I'd like to see is a follower of the channel. If you'd like to help financially, you can buy me a coffee, or you can become a patron as well, and links for both of those will be in the description. Now we're going back to the light grey to do that wall that I missed earlier. There we go. I don't know how I missed that, but there again, saying that, this is me. If you've seen any of my painting videos before, you know I always miss something. Ah dear. Now, back to yellow ochre again, and this is the part where we highlight all the wooden areas where we've done with mahogany, and it's just a little touch here and there. I'm not getting fancy with this one. I'm just getting some on the brush and just a little touch on the top edge of these little prongs, and then a few little swipes all over the individual board design on the wooden areas. But that's it for this video. And this is, as I said, this is the last one so far of these Middle Eastern buildings. If he gets any more, I might do more. Who knows? But until next time, as always, stay safe and take care. God bless, and bye for now.